It is new Marquee Day, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe, and I, for one, cannot be more excited than to welcome in our great and glorious new Overlord Starkiller Luke concept. It's not lost on me that this is an alternative version of CLS, and the anagram in which forms his name is the reverse of CLS. SLC, which to me in the UK stands for the Student Loans Company. They still want my money. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe, to another Galaxy of Heroes video with me, your bald boy Scribe. How the devil are we doing? Okay, couple of things to go over. In this video today, we are going to talk about two particular things. First and foremost, we are announcing the winners of our giveaway. So if you entered into my giveaway that was on my video on Friday, I will be announcing those 5 winners in today's video, ladies and gentlemen. So keep your eyes peeled and your noses to the grindstone, or something that makes a little bit of sense, and we will be announcing them later on today. If you do not already know, when new marquees come to the game, I try my best to arrange some sort of giveaway with Capital Games so that we can get some free shards in the pocket of the wonderful members of the tribe. So it pays, ladies and gentlemen, to hit that subscribe button and put the notifications on. Also, join my Discord channel because I always announce my giveaways in my Discord channel. Come join the chat. I'm always active in there. Alright, secondly, Starkiller Luke is going to be bringing in certain things to this game that means we should probably invest in him. But we do, of course, now have 3 marquees that are active during this era. Which ones should we be investing in, and to which degree? Now, you may notice straight away on my main account, sorry, this is not the alt account. On my main account, I've got Mara Jade at error level 85. That's because, as we were talking previously in older Colosseum videos, I didn't want to take Yoda beyond 75 just so that I could save the Xereth and take her beyond. We were able to get into tier 8 of all of the Colosseum events, and that lets me take her straight up to 85 without having to, get capped out at 75 with Darkside Vision Yoda. Okay? Now, when Starkiller Luke's marquee drops later on this afternoon, it's only in a few hours. What is it, about 3 or 4 hours, is it? Something like that. 4 hours and a half at the time of this recording. He is actually going to be dropping a significant number of Xaereth, okay? The Xereths that we're going to find in his marquee are going to give us 240 Xaereth materials. Now, we won't necessarily have the materials to take people beyond 85 apart from the Xaereth mats itself. Let me just move my head real quick just so we can see the materials over here. Yeah, let's also move my camera to the left so at least it's aligned a little bit. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, in order to go to 86, you need 40 Xaereth materials, and then we need to start having those Mark V Crash ability modules. Now, in order to get those Mark V ability modules, there are 2 places that we can do it. First and foremost, you can, of course, just whaley boy your way to your heart's content and just go blah, 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 right? I mean, those are the technical words for what's going on. Alternatively, if you are able to perform well enough within Colosseum and break through into the next tier, which is tier 9 at this point, a lot of people still haven't broken tier 8. Tier 9, I've got, 85% as my top score in Dryax with an level 85 Mara Jade, which I'm quite happy with. If you're able to break through into tier 9, you will start in those Mark V ability modules. Now, and the cores, right? That will in theory allow you to progress your Mara Jade quite far. Now, there is obviously going to be a cap with these Mark Vs. I think it's at 96. It goes up again. So we've got the Mark 6 Besh ability modules, and that's of course going to be into tier 10 of the Colosseum, okay? However, what you will notice over here is that as we start going beyond 95 and we're going into 96, we need more Xaereth ability modules again, right? And then when we get to 105, we go to 106, you can notice we get up to 90 Xaereth ability modules. Now, we've already said Starkiller is bringing us 240. However, what I would advise people to do, if you are in the same shoes as I am, which is you've got Mara Jade at 85, I would still leave Gremlin Yoda at 55 so that you will then have enough materials to take Mara Jade and Starkiller, okay, both of these 2 units, up to a potential of 105, I want to say. There should be more than enough Xereths just from the Starkiller event to get them both up to 105. That's 90, 180. You're still going to have, you're still going to have 60 left over, right? Now, you could theoretically go even further, right? You could take Mara Jade to 115 and Luke to 105, and that will then cap you out on Xereth, or you could go 105, 105, and maybe take Gremlin Yoda to 75. Now, personally, I'm of the opinion that bolstering the levels on one unit really high, particularly when it's Mara Jade, who is an attacker that does a boatload of damage, compared to the support units that we've got in Gremlin Yoda and in Starkiller Luke, I think you're better served focusing on one unit alone, okay? Now, I do think to get to tier 9 and potentially tier 10, you are definitely going to have to make a choice between Starkiller Luke and Darkside Vision Yoda. In terms of where do you want to, put that investment. You could just take Darkside Yoda, and you could try and take him up to 95 himself once the marquee drops, if you have enough of the materials to go there to sort of, 85, maybe 95, it will at least be 85. I think you're going to need at least 2 units at 85 in order to get through to tier 9 of the marquee. Now, I reckon Darkside Vision Yoda will actually do fine there, but I do think that CLS is going to be better, or SLC is going to be the better choice. He feels like he has more damage and more synergy, and can potentially pair with CLS as well as a loaned unit to better effect. Now, I don't know for certain if that's going to be the case. So that's going to be my approach, is I'm going to focus almost exclusively on Mara Jade, but I will take Starkiller Luke to 85, just so that I can start benefiting from getting into tier 9 and beyond. I think once we get to tier 9, you'll probably be able to get 40, 50, 60% minimum in the Colosseum bosses, and I'm going to use those resources to take her as high as I can, okay? If that means I can take it to 95, if it means I can take it to 96, even better. If we break through into tier 10, that's great. But I do feel like it's going to scale, basically. As soon as we get Starkiller Luke in, I think that going through to the next tier will be a cert, if you've got him up to 85, that is. You'll be able to take down tier 8, go into tier 9. Once you start doing tier 9, you'll start earning the additional materials, and we'll just push on. Now, if you are a whale, you absolutely could, if you wanted to, spend the money on these error module packs, get enough of this stuff to level up your units. What I will say is, if you are doing that approach, that's absolutely fine. It will probably give you a significant advantage in Colosseum. However, it is, technically speaking, a waste of money, because you will get enough of all these materials to take all of your marquees up to a minimum of 105 regardless, okay? So paying for the materials to get all of this stuff is kind of a waste of money. The only thing that you'll get as an advantage is you will most likely have a better performance within the Colosseum, okay? That's where it's going to translate to, is if you get these levels earlier, you will climb faster than other people, and you will be able, therefore, to climb higher in the Colosseum and benefit from getting higher ranks, which is going to be more error currency, right? Now, I'm not going to do that. I think it's a waste of money, personally. I don't really need the extra error currency, and I don't think it's that valuable. If you are a new whale, that might be a little bit different to you, but I do definitely recommend that you just pick 2 marquees, ladies and gentlemen, to progress further. Because I think that having Mara Jade at, say, 115 and Starkiller Luke at 105 and Gremlin Yoda at 55 is going to be better than having 3 of them at 95. I think that the ceiling is going to be much higher if you take those error levels much higher on Mara Jade. I think she's going to carry quite heavily. Now, don't forget, you do need Darkside Yoda at error level 90 in order to unlock Darth Jar Jar, but you still have a month before that is going to be a problem for you. Darth Jar Jar is not going to come to the game until Jackson arrives. We've got Starkiller Luke. In 2 weeks' time, we've got Stormtrooper Concept. In a month's time, we've got Jackson. Between now and then, you will have plenty of time to level up Darkside Vision Yoda. The only last thing that I would say that is of relevance, and why I would rather invest in Starkiller Luke, is that Starkiller Luke will, of course, in a week's time, have his error challenge, and that error challenge will award additional error currency based on his error level. So you probably do want to focus over here. You probably do, but there's no real wrong answer, and it's not like it's a game-changing amount of error currency. You will be absolutely fine with either. I don't really see Stormtrooper Concept doing a whole lot here. I think Jackson's got potential, and of course when the Ronin comes in, everything's going to flip, and we're going to be going Yoda, Ronin, Darth Jar Jar. Okay? Theoretically, with the launch of Starkiller, you could theoretically take Mara Jade straight to 125. You could theoretically do that. And if that is something... If that is something that you guys want to see, please let me know, either on my in my comments here, in my Discord, or join the Tribathon live stream that we are starting on Thursday with the release of Zero Company. Let me know there, and I will do the stupidity of whaling her to 125 as soon as possible, okay? I don't advise it, it's stupid, it's a waste of money, but if you want to see how it performs, I can certainly do that. So, we all know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. We do now need to find our winners for Starkiller Luke. Let's do that. Our first winner then, ladies and gentlemen, is Pennaco for Force for Everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, 6.2 million G-Penis player. His G-Penis is growing, of course, and we hope to help it grow further. I'm going to drop him a message, see does he want shards or does he want an error pass. Let's go. Our next winner then is Inyak Solomon of the Endor Moon Tavern. This guy has 14.2 million G-Penis. We're going to ask him Starkiller shards or the episode pass. Our next winner is Anspnitic. From the Drunken Gungans, which is an interesting... I mean, these are really topical at the moment, let's be honest. The Gungans are insane. 10.2 million G-Penis player in Erodium 1. Congratulations to you. Our next winner is Logan13524 from the Maelstrom Legion, and he is a 7 million G-Penis player, chilling it out in Bronzium 2. Congratulations. Our final winner then, ladies and gentlemen, is Kalea of Rebels Without a Cause. Congratulations to you. This is a 12.1 million G-Penis player from Chromium 1. Congrats. We'll see you all on the Holotables. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to about do it for today. Let me know, how are you getting on with Colosseum at the moment? Are you progressing well? Have you broken into tier 8? Are you even going even further to tier 9? Love to hear it. Comment down below, like if you haven't already, and subscribe to the tribe.